Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's good to see so many people out here on this beautiful day. My name is Scott Skinner. I'm Vice President of Development at the NRP Group, and I am absolutely thrilled to welcome you to this special preview of Santana. For those of you who don't know, NRP is a national developer, contractor, and property manager. We're active in 15 states and own and manage about 35,000 housing units across the country. And our mission is to develop homes that people can be proud of regardless of income. But most importantly for today, we're based here in Cleveland. Our offices are downtown, just a few miles from this site, and we've been developing high-quality, affordable housing units in the city of Cleveland for over 25 years. And this development is particularly special for us. The NRP Group and MetroHealth partnered and created this really unique and innovative partnership to develop and build Santana. Santana means a healthy way in Spanish, and that name is indicative of the amazing work that Metro is doing to improve social determinants of health in the Clark-Fulton community, and I'm sure Dr. Boutros will speak more about that in just a few minutes. First, I wanted to recognize and thank some very important folks who joined us here today. We have Councilwoman Santana, Councilman McCormick, Councilman Starr, Councilman Kevin Conwell. A very long list here. State Senator Nikki Antonio, State Representative Terrence Upchurch, and of course all of our speakers here today who we'll introduce in a little bit. We're in the Clark-Fulton community. Clark-Fulton is a community full of vibrancy and diversity. It's home to over 11,000 residents and is the densest population of Hispanic and Latino residents in the state of Ohio. This site specifically sits on the West 25th Street corridor, and residents of Santana will benefit from access to public transit just outside their doors. As the Clark-Fulton neighborhood continues to grow and continues to thrive and continues to see more market rate development, Santana will ensure that in the long term, residents will have access to quality, affordable housing opportunities in their neighborhood. Santana is a $15 million investment. It's a 72-unit affordable housing community featuring 1, 2, and 3-bedroom apartments, as well as 3-bedroom townhomes. All of the units here will be affordable to individuals and families from 30% up to 80% of the area median income. And 8 units are specifically designated for project-based vouchers. Residents of the apartments will have access to a fitness center, a community room, and a business center. And critically, the development also features 5,000 square feet of commercial space that MetroHealth will occupy and program as an opportunity center. The opportunity center will bring important workforce training, nutrition classes, and healthy living programs to the neighborhood. Santana would not be possible without the many public, private, and nonprofit partners that moved this project from conception to reality. First and foremost, the Ohio Housing Finance Agency and the City of Cleveland. This development was Cleveland's first project funded through the Fact 50 initiative, a program in which the Ohio Housing Finance Agency worked with the City of Cleveland to identify Clark-Fulton as a target neighborhood for mixed-income development. As a result, Santana was awarded low-income housing tax credits in 2019, as well as soft financing directly from the City of Cleveland. We work all over the country, and OFA is one of the most forward-thinking housing agencies in the country. And this development is evidence of OFA's thought leadership here. We're also very appreciative of Cleveland's community development and economic development departments, as well as the Near West Design Review Committee and Cleveland City Planning Commission. I think I see a few of you folks here. For everyone that worked on this at the city, your thought, your feedback, your input made this development better. I also want to thank CMHA, whose work on this development means that as the Clark-Fulton neighborhood continues to thrive, voucher holders will continue to have access to the resources in the neighborhood. To our financial partners, KeyBank is an important longtime partner to NRP and an important anchor institution in Cleveland, and we're always excited to work with you on these impactful developments. Metro West CDC played a critical role in ensuring that this project was informed by neighborhood input and in helping facilitate the several dozen community meetings that we did for this project. Of course, the development would not be possible without Tri-C, who is providing funds and will be a critical partner in providing services in the Opportunity Center. Lastly, MetroHealth and CCH development. I'm personally inspired by Metro's vision and, more importantly, its willingness to put their money where their mouth is and to do the work to make this a healthier community. For CCH, Greg Zook is here. Greg, I think we've spoken on the phone once a week for the last 3 years about this project, but we really value your partnership and are really grateful for all your work on this as well. Santana is especially important to NRP for 2 reasons. First, and most importantly, it's going to make a real positive impact on the city of Cleveland and on the residents of this neighborhood. It will provide high-quality, affordable housing for families in need, as well as vital services to the Clark-Fulton neighborhood. Services that will make this a healthier, more prosperous, and more equitable community. Second, we hope that this development can serve as a national example of what can happen when we encourage cross-sector collaboration between healthcare systems, housing providers, and community development. And the rest of the country is starting to take notice. In fact, there's currently legislation in Congress, the Healthy Homes Act, H.R. 7990, that would incentivize collaboration between healthcare systems and housing providers across the country to make communities healthier through the co-location of affordable housing and community services. Viasana will serve as a national model for how we can work to address social determinants of health in our communities. Wrapping up, we at NRP are very proud of this development and the impact it will have on this neighborhood. We're just as proud, if not more proud, of our partnership with MetroHealth. And with that, I'd like to introduce Metro's president and CEO, a truly visionary leader, Dr. Akram Boutros.
Thanks, Scott, for that warm introduction. And I want to thank all of you for being here today. I want to thank the representatives that represent not only this MetroHealth neighborhood, but I dare say I think of them all as friends. Senator Sherrod Brown, Congresswoman Chantel Brown, County Executive Armand Buddhist, Mayor Justin Bibb, Councilwoman Jasmine Santana. You have been here for us, and I also don't want to forget State Rep Sheila Davis. Thank you for being here. So thank you for all helping us along the way to do what's good for our community. And I want to thank our community ambassadors. So I want to thank Jo Marie Gonzalez, Ebony Joyner, Rhonda Jones, Rodney Llewellyn, and Julie Maragliato. Thank you for helping us represent the needs and aspirations of our neighbors. We believe that people are the heart of everything we do, and we love the partnership with the community. Today, we're here to celebrate a beautiful new building of 72 one, two, and three-bedroom apartments, and much more. I want to thank David Heller and the NRP group who developed this project along with CCH Development Corporation and MetroHealth nonprofit affiliate. We wanted to strengthen our neighborhood. We also have a lot of thanks to Key Bank, OFA, the City of Cleveland through its Housing Trust Fund, and the Cuyahoga Metropolitan Housing Authority for helping to fund this $15 million project. But you know what we're really here to provide is a little bit of freedom from the stress of having to make a rent payment that takes most of people's paychecks. We're here to celebrate 72 families who are going to live here and the things they can do with the money they save on rent. Things like classes to prepare them for better jobs, for their child's birthday celebrations, or for the copay on their medication. We're here to celebrate the MetroHealth Opportunity Center, opening soon on the first floor of this building, where the community can learn to cook healthy meals, find help obtaining housing and paying for utilities, enroll in courses on job, computer, and money management skills, or take classes offered by Cuyahoga Community College through its Access Center and its partnership with MetroHealth's Institute for Hope. We're here to celebrate the Clark-Fulton Master Plan also, and these apartments are essential pieces of that plan. As you heard, we're calling this building Viasana, which is healthy way in Spanish, because relieving stress and furthering our education and working at jobs we love are some of the best ways we know to keep ourselves healthy, and some of the best ways to build hope. Hope for all the people whose lives will be forever better because they immerse themselves in Viasana, the healthy way. Now I get to apologize to Nikki Antonio for not mentioning her. So I see, so you get your own thank you, Nikki. I sincerely appreciate it. And thank you all very much for being here. Have a good day.
Next, I am very pleased and honored to introduce someone whom I have a great deal of admiration for, Senator Sherrod Brown.
Scott, thank you. What a great day for Cleveland. Great day for Metro. Thanks, Mayor. Nice to see you. I love he's not been in office long, but he's already made big changes in this city, and we're thrilled with all that you're doing. County Executive Buddhist, nice to see you, and thank you for your years of service. President Baston, I was just talking to the Congresswoman. Good interview in Cranes this week about you're getting off to a good start here. So you have big shoes to fill, and we're excited you're here. So thank you. Dr. Boutros, I was talking to the person who does my health care work in Washington on the way in, and she told me I could say this, and I don't usually do things quite like this, but she says that Akram Boutros by far is her favorite hospital CEO in the whole state. And I like his feigned humility too. So. But I, of course, don't have a favorite hospital CEO in the state. But Abby's not on the ballot, and I am. But I just, he has been. I want to talk a little bit about him. This is not really about him. It's about what Scott's doing and what we're all doing together for this community. But when he came here 10 years ago, I believe he had no ties to Cleveland when he came. He brought his 3 grown daughters with him and his wife, and they have just adopted Cleveland. They are staying here. His 3 daughters have made their lives here. They are wonderful citizens of this community and wonderful boosters of this community, and we're also thankful for your work as hospital CEO, to be sure, but as your work as a citizen of this great city. So, Akram, thank you for that. So. And Councilwoman, just reelected. Congratulations on that. Thanks for serving the way you do. And Chantel Brown is off, like the mayor, is off to a really good start. So she's really making a difference already in Washington and for this community. So thank you for all of that. And Nikki, I saw you, and Representative Butch Church, I saw you too. So, all right, we're on with that. All right. I love this project because I love what Metro and what this housing project understands about housing, about health care. And nobody talks better and more persuasively about determinants of health than Metro does. The Akram, but far beyond Akram, all of you that call Metro home, that work here, that are so involved. And it's, we know that where you live determines so much about your life, including your health. Connie and I live in the city of Cleveland. Our zip code, 44105 on the southeast side of the city, just south of Slavic Village. Our zip code had more foreclosures than any zip code in the United States in the year 2007. And we know what that means. We know that's why the child tax credit's so important. And we're not giving up on that, even though we had it for a year. We're going to get it again. We're going to expand it again. We know what it means with lead-safe housing, what it means healthy foods at your local pharmacy, all of those, what grocery stores you shop at, the air you breathe, the water you drink. I chair since January, since having a new president and a new Senate, I chair the Senate committee. It's called the Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs. For decades, as long as I remember, people just call it the Senate Banking Committee, as if that's all it does. And frankly, the chairs of that committee in the past, they've all looked like me and they've all thought like Wall Street. And those days are behind us. This committee is banking, housing, urban affairs. That means we work hard with Cleveland on Cleveland transit issues, and we're always engaged in housing. And that's why this is so important, understanding what Metro's doing. We know that home prices have gone up almost 20% over the past years. We know renters are seeing their rent go up faster than their wages. There simply aren't enough homes for people. It's why Via Sana matters so much to our community. And you think about the stress housing prices cause for people, the anxiety at the end of the month, the number of people in this community, in Cleveland, but also we live right on the edge of Garfield, in East Cleveland, in Lakewood, in the heart of Nikki's district. We know how many people struggle at the end of the month to pay their rent and the anxiety that brings to families. That's why this is so important. It's why our continued battle for an expanded child tax credit's so important. And the MetroHealth Opportunity Centers will open doors for community members with workforce development, with digital and financial literacy, with access, Mr. President, to Tri-C classes, all of what that means. And it's all about building affordable housing. The work that Scott and NRP has done is so important. The work that Metro is so important. When they work together, they can help save the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Our next speaker is an incredibly important partner and advocate for the needs of Cleveland and greater Northeast Ohio, Congresswoman Shontel Brown.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, President Boutros, for having me here today and allowing me to speak for this amazing celebration. I am honored to join your team, Mayor Justin Bibb. Thank you for having me. Cleveland Councilwoman, Ward 14, Jasmine Santana, and I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge Kerry McCormick, Councilman of Ward 3, and Richard Starr, Councilman of Ward 5, since we were catching up on people that we left out, so I want to make sure that they got their just due. Metro West Community Development Organization, Cleveland Foundation, NPR, my good friend David Heller out there, Cuyahoga Community College, my alma mater, so I look forward to working with you and bringing more folks up through the ranks so that we can continue the great work that we're seeing here today, and so many others. As we celebrate the new beginning of healthy living, or Viasana, am I saying that right? Can y'all say it with me, Viasana? Viasana, for the Clark-Fulton neighborhood. Today's ceremony is a true testament to our community's commitment to offering comprehensive healthcare services to our neighbors, regardless of their financial status. Our commitment to providing education through financial and digital literacy and workforce development and training, and facilitating overarching wraparound social services to support residents in disenfranchised communities, communities that look like mine. And as a person who had the proud distinction of working with County Executive Buddhist to promote racism as a public health crisis, this is a dream come true. So while we fight every day to continue to reverse centuries of health inequities in Congress, you are doing your part right here on the ground to support healthy communities through positive intervention and preventative care. I applaud the MetroHealth system for creating opportunities for the Clark-Fulton neighborhood to address health and wellness and to provide affordable housing in Cleveland. We all know the health paradigms existing in our region and recognize the correlation between advanced levels of education, access to nutritious, healthy foods, green spaces impact our life expectancy. The health and wellness of the community rest in the hands of the researchers and practitioners who continue to treat the whole person, not just the ailment and the illness. And Viasana is proof that there are leaders who are still willing to put people first. So today, we are a step closer to improving healthcare outcomes for marginalized groups in our city, and this gives us cause to celebrate. Congratulations to the MetroHealth system and the Viasana team on this significant achievement, and thank you all.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Our next speaker, another example of bold, new, visionary leadership. Proud to introduce Mayor Justin Bibb.
So I'm going to jump on the Dr. Boutros train for a couple minutes here. When I moved back to Cleveland from New York over 8 years ago, I met Dr. Boutros. And I think in his time as CEO of this great hospital, he's really changed the idea of what it means to be a people's hospital, that this community and that this hospital was worth bold, radical thinking. And through this man's leadership, he put over $1 billion in revitalizing the Clark-Fulton neighborhood. Let's give him a round of applause. I also want to thank David Heller and his entire team for investing in Cleveland and always choosing Cleveland. You know, David's firm can invest and work in any city in the country right now, but they continue to prioritize Cleveland and Northeast Ohio. And this development is a true example of what it means to put people first when it comes to good, inclusive economic and community development all across the community. You know, as the Congresswoman mentioned, the city of Cleveland and the county declared racism as a public health crisis in 2020. Now, that makes for a great headline and a great press release, but it's the work that matters now more than ever. And we as elected officials can't do it alone. And this investment is a prime example of how we tackle racism at a structural level to ensure that everybody in our city has the skills and tools they need to achieve their God-given potential. You know, we made a broad mandate in our administration to truly make Cleveland a 15-minute city neighborhood. What does that mean? Well, regardless of where you live, there's good access to quality public transit within 15 minutes. Good access to a grocery store that sells fresh fruits and vegetables within 15 minutes. And a job you can walk to within 15 minutes. And I look forward to working with my colleagues at City Council to prioritize investments like this as we leverage the money we've gotten from President Biden and our members of Congress to ensure that Cleveland can have one of the most inclusive comebacks coming out of this pandemic to lead America's next chapter and our economic growth and recovery. So again, thank you so much. We look forward to the hard work ahead. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Mayor Bibb. Our next speaker is an incredible advocate for this community. I have a very vivid memory of her really pushing us in a good way that we're happy about to ensure that we have Spanish-speaking folks helping residents in this neighborhood as we lease up this development to make sure units are going to folks in the community. Councilwoman Jasmine Santana.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ward 14. So I'm going to try not to get emotional, but this project is personal to me. So I remember I was just reflecting and talking to Senator Brown. My first couple months in office, the families that visited my office were all about requesting affordable rent. These were families that were in the neighborhood for 20 years plus, and now the rents were rising, or the property owner were selling their homes. And so now they had nowhere to go, right? And so it was disheartening. And so I remember thinking, what do we do? You know, where do we come from here? And we decided to roll out a master plan. I want to thank, Mayor Frank Jackson at that time, Boutros, who partnered with our office and Metro West and the Cleveland Foundation. And we have some ambassadors here that really worked hard to organize community meetings, meet residents where they're at, and what we identified was the need for mixed income affordable housing. So I really want to take this time to thank Dr. Boutros. Every time I think of Dr. Boutros, I am reminded of this Bible verse that says, write your vision, make it plain, and let others run with it. And you are a visionary. And so I want to thank you for your leadership in this neighborhood. Because of this project, many of our families are going to be able to stay in the neighborhood, and they don't have to move elsewhere and take their kids out of school and meet other neighbors and visit other businesses. Because of these projects, residents are able to stay here, primarily Latinos. This is the highest concentration of Latinos, and we have to preserve that. They have a sense of pride when they're in this neighborhood. So thank you. I want to thank Greg. We became family through the process. Yes, we didn't always agree on everything, but you know what? At the end of the day, we knew what was best for our residents, and we agreed on that. Mayor Jackson, I'm so sorry. Mayor Bibb, I'm sorry. Please, media, don't write that in your article. Okay. Mayor Bibb, I echo what Senator said. I mean, you've been here a short period of time, and there's just a lot of things happening in our neighborhood. I really want to thank you for your leadership. Buddhist, Scott, Congratulations, I just read your article. It was great. Welcome to the city of Cleveland. Senator, Congresswoman, OFA, thank you, just everyone. I mean, for projects like this to take place, it takes a lot of work, and it takes community leaders really coming together to advocate for the best of our residents. So I just really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for the investment in Ward 14. We're finally seeing ribbon cuttings in our area. Okay, Carrie, it's not about your neighborhood only, okay? We're here. So thank you, and thank you for my colleagues for supporting. I really appreciate it. Oh, we have a state representative back there. Oh, Terrence Upchurch. Sorry, I'm not sure if anyone mentioned you, but nice to see you. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Our next speaker is playing an enormous role in financing and in programming this development. President of Tri-C, Dr. Michael Baston.
Certainly, it's wonderful for me to be here with you today as a new Clevelander myself, and hearing the words of the power of the possible. It is clear to me that this city is a city moving in partnerships. The power of the partnerships will lift hopes and dreams and aspirations and move people forward. And so I am grateful to come here as the president of Cuyahoga Community College to partner with an extraordinary partner, Dr. Akram Boutros, and to partner with MetroHealth and all of our partners in government to say that our people are important, they matter, and we must do everything in our power to lift their hopes, to lift their dreams, to give them the lives that they deserve, to help them live their American dream. And so we celebrate you today a healthy way, this great Via Sana. And we hope that Cuyahoga Community College will be able to continue to lift the hopes and aspirations of many Clevelanders for many years to come. Thank you for welcoming me to this great community and to be here on this great day.
And now our next speaker is a longtime leader in Cuyahoga County, County Executive Armand Buddhist.
Hello, everybody. All right, so first, there's an easy way to tell the difference between Mayor Jackson and Mayor Bibb. Mayor Jackson would never, ever have worn those socks. I think all the elected officials have been introduced at least twice, except Councilman Conwell. Good to see you. All right, so we got your name in there, too. I just got to tour a apartment in this building, and I can tell you it is nice. This is a very, very, very good project. The apartment was bigger, nicer, and less expensive than the one I lived in for 8 years in Columbus. This is a nice project. Years ago, Dr. Boutros came to see me, and the county owned this property, and he wanted it transferred over. And he was explaining that it needed to be transferred so that he could do affordable housing. I have to tell you, I wasn't that excited at that moment because I'm thinking to myself, you do healthcare. You run a huge hospital. What are you doing with affordable housing? Well, I understand now. This is very exciting. You are making a huge difference in the city and the county. A project like this, which is recognition that healthcare is more than doctors and nurses and medicine. Healthcare is jobs and affordable housing and green space and a whole lot more. That's what's going to help this city and this county improve the health of our residents for years to come. So thank you very much, Dr. Boutros. And thank you.
Thank you. Our final speaker today is the leader of a longtime partner and runs an organization responsible for funding this development, as well as for allocating tens of millions of dollars towards the creation of affordable housing across the state of Ohio. OFA Executive Director, Sean Smith.
Good morning. It's exciting, isn't it? It's wonderful. So I'd like to start off thanking MetroHealth and NRP Group for the invitation to be here today. You know, out of all of my duties, I have this is by far the most wonderful to attend. You know, openings like this, grand openings like this, not only to share in the excitement and the joy of a new housing project, but to celebrate the years of planning and collaboration amongst numerous partners. There's many people that are involved in these projects. You know, they start off as an application, they start off as a concept, they go through different financing rings, and then suddenly they turn into something like this. So it's truly a joy to be involved with this. You know, OFA, we're honored to be one of those partners. Our mission is to facilitate safe, quality, and affordable housing across all of Ohio. And whenever we can be a partner in one of these projects, that's amazing. We financed, I've got the number here, $1.2 million in housing tax credits towards this project. And we're happy that those resources could benefit this community. Housing, as you're well aware, it is required for a strong quality of life. It's a cornerstone of a strong community. But communities are more than just buildings and businesses, right? It's made up of the people who live there. So with the addition of Via Santa to this community, we're sure it's going to provide residents a strong quality of life in a community they love. And with that, on behalf of Governor Mike DeWine, the OFA board, and all of OFA staff, congratulations again. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. So before we wrap up, I also really need to thank the many members of the NRP team here today that put this development together, especially the marketing team that put this entire event together really quickly, and especially our construction team, as well as all of our subcontractors who have been working around the clock to get this building to where we are right now. In just a few minutes, I'm going to ask our speakers to join me for a quick photo. For anyone who would like a tour inside the building, we have a couple units to show you. And we'll have NRP team members at the door right here to take you in a few at a time to show you those units. Lastly, the reason for this event, while construction is not quite complete, is that we wanted to take the opportunity to introduce all of you to Via Santa and to celebrate the work that everyone has done to get us to this point. Over 25% of the units in this development are already accounted for, and we've received over 100 additional applications, evidence of just an enormous need in this neighborhood. We believe that this development and the larger MetroHealth transformation represents a movement towards a more equitable Cleveland and towards a new, healthy way. We're happy to answer additional questions after this, but thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you for joining us this morning.